We're getting there to sunnier days, being with the ones we love, and now with those you've missed. This is you remastering the art of life. And while you're getting back at it, we'll be here to help you master the art of money. Norway Savings. Live your life in color.
This week's Pantry Tip is brought to you by Norway Savings Bank.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this Pantry Tip. We're inspired from this Pantry Tip by our podcast that we did with our wine stylist, Kat from Sopo Wines. And yes, we do have a podcast, and you can listen to all of them on platethestate.com. So our second podcast episode was all about celebrating seaweed. And Kat came on to tell us, what do we pair with seaweed, right? We assume it's sake, and sake of course goes wonderfully with it, but there's a lot of other white wines. Like this Austrian wine, this Gruner Veltliner, and the cool thing about this is actually a full liter, so you get a couple extra glasses out of it. This has light minerality, it's flinty, it's green, and so it really does a great job of working off of any of the seaweed components that you have in your dishes. We also talked to her a little bit about upcoming wine trends for summer, rosé all day, of course, on the beach. And I know we all used to turn our noses up at boxes and bags of wine, but there's a lot of really amazing wineries right now that are using boxes and bags to put their wines in. So turn your noses up no longer. Great rosés that are coming in little packages like this that you can throw in the cooler. Summer's almost here. But the actual pantry tip is going to be about sake. We're talking about seaweed, Asian influence. Sake, of course, is where it's at. But Kat loves using avocado in sake to remove the bitterness. So doing this is a really great way to use up your avocados. You don't want to use them when they've hit that like really mushy phase, but when they're a day or two away from being ripe, you're just going to take it, cut it into some slices, pop it into some sort of container. And what Kat recommends doing is, letting it sit for a couple days in the fridge, and then when she has friends over, she pulls it out, and it's a really great, refreshing summertime sipper. And the point of the avocados is it actually pulls some of the bitterness and astringency out of those lower level sakes, and it makes it a really lovely, drinkable beverage. So we're just gonna pour our sake in there. Any excuse to use my fish jug. It's when you pour it and it goes glug, glug, glug. And then let it sit for a couple days. And then you can always pull out the avocados, and you have sake-infused avocados for your salads to have with rice, and it's really great. So for this and all of our pantry tips, visit platethestate.com.